The best place to find a good plastic surgeon is honestly like asking your dermatologist because we see those scars.
After the surgery, I dreamt the person that the cartilage belonged to.
You know what's even more crazy? There's this kind of newer procedure where it's like cadaver fat. I prescribe Accutane all the time. Alex Earl has talked about this. Kendall Jenner has talked about this, but it does shrink the pores.
The best like Ozempic is Christina Aguilera. I'm like,
oh yeah,
she is killing it.
She like does not go in the sun at all.
Yeah, like
that
Mariah
is the secret,
won't see the sun either.
I'm Dr. Sheila Farhang, and welcome to Derm Approved, your insider access to skin that looks and feels its best. Hello, everyone. So if your makeup is not sitting right, no matter what you buy, this episode is for you. I have a celebrity makeup artist, Rokael, here. You are the look behind the most flawless, iconic looks behind Beyoncé, J-Lo, Demi Moore, Kim K, so many more. And I'm so excited to get into everything, both your work and what you do for your clients, but also your own self. So thanks for taking the time. I'm so glad we made it.
Yeah, me too. I'm super happy. Like I know we were trying to plan it a few times, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And I feel like you're kind of like an enigma. Like people know of you. You do very little interviews.
I know. I need to get like better about it.
Yes.
I'm just in that like pocket now where I'm like, it's time to kind of like, come out of my shell and just be myself now.
Yes. Because it's like everyone knows about you. But I was like looking through, I was like, oh gosh, you're so private. And so I'm so glad that you're going to be that you're on here and that we're going to get into so many different topics.
Yeah, so I'm excited because I just know I'm in I was telling you before we started that I'm in my healing journeys. And maybe I think it was important that for a while I was a little quiet because I needed to figure myself out and have like my story to tell, especially with the makeup line. That's kind of like where I kind of hinted at it. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about other things.
What have you been doing? What have you been up to lately?
Yeah, I mean, lately it's pretty crazy. I just finished a movie with Kim, which was so fun. It was directed by Eva Longoria. And so that was fun because it gave me like a little time to kind of sit down and kind of focus on the brand and everything that's coming out. And then, just doing the self-healing. Like I recently did a surgery, so I was like really healing from that, which is why I haven't really posted a lot, but here we are.
You look great. So tell us, we want to know, tell the people, what have you had done?
Yeah, so just kind of to backtrack a little bit. I had a like huge loss, like family loss during COVID. So my parents and, grandparents passed away from COVID. And so I went through like a few years where I put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, okay, like we can't do this because it was spilling into my work and personal life. And I just didn't want to have to like show up to work super tired mentally and physically, So I kind of started my health journey and I lost like 70 pounds, which is why I did the surgery because I felt like I had a lot of like volume loss and I just didn't feel like myself. I was like, whoa, it's like a whole different person from going from being fit to, the weight. So yeah, anyways, I did the surgery. And I'm super happy I did it. I think I always tell people like, whatever you do, as long as you're happy, like I support surgery, I support Botox, whatever it is. If you feel good about it, then that's all that matters. So did the surgery. And then during the surgery, I just started to realize like there was a lot of things that I needed to do like internally to heal. So, I was like doing like the calcium salt. I've been super into chlorophyll. I know this is kind of sound a little crazy, but I started looking into like a parasite cleanse. Because I noticed that I was having a lot of heavy metal, like body issues.
Yeah.
And I think the surgery really like kind of brought that up because I was like having like night sweats and I was like, what is going on with my body?
Yeah, because your body's stressed after.
Totally.
And for the people who want to know, you said you had, because the laxity, you had a lift and then a rhinoplasty.
Yes.
Which I love that you're so open about because you're also a male and a lot of people don't.
Right.
And I see this in my office too, is when people lose the weight and with a little bit of the aging process, guys lose the definition in their jawline. And for women, sometimes you can kind of like mask it a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you've had that straight jawline forever, for a long time and it started to like settle out.
And I feel like right now was the perfect time because I'm like in my like late 30s. So I was like, if I do it now, it won't be as extreme if I wait a little bit. And I think that's probably what happens to a lot of people and people that I've seen that have done it. They maybe did it a little bit later on in their life. And it's like, they have to be a little bit more like aggressive with it. But I feel like if you do like little baby, like if you're into it, I know some people are super against it. For me, if you do it, like I think you should do it in increments.
Yes.
So little, places here and there. And then when you do get into your 50s, 60s, you don't have to, it's just like maintenance. You don't have to go like super tight. So for me, I just did and then I did a chin implant too. And then we did a little mini brow lift.
Honestly, I really, I mean,
still feel like I gotta do one more thing though.
I haven't, like what?
I feel like here, because this is really what I wanted originally, that's where I still feel like it really showed up for me. But I think what the best way I can describe it is like they were offering to do like a fat transfer and I think it dissolved.
Yeah,
but
it does.
I feel like it's almost like you don't want a breast implant, you want a breast lift.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed. So I started looking into other doctors because I feel like I just need to do that and then I'm going to be super happy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you look great. Of course, I'm going to go in. I always as a derm, I'm always, examining the scars because people come in. First of all, they're asking me, the best place to find a good plastic surgeon is honestly like asking your dermatologist because we see those scars. We see those scars.
Well,
yes.
I got lucky that I found some good ones though.
Honestly, I didn't even tell. Like I could not even tell.
No, they did a really, really good job. They actually did it from the back of my ears.
Yeah.
And then
you don't have the pixie ear, people have that.
They did I'm honestly like super impressed because I will be honest, when I woke up, like when I saw myself, I was like, oh wow, like it looked like I had been hit by a car.
You were so swollen. Were you expecting that? Like all of that downtime, even though we see it on the internet all the time, like people's recovery.
I think maybe because they don't show you like the first maybe 24 hours, but then luckily I'd already been taking arnica, so I think it kind of helped with the swelling. But one thing that I'm super happy they offered, they were like, you should do aftercare, and I didn't. I was like, no, I should be fine. I think I'll wake up. Oh my God, like 8 hours when I woke up, I was in excruciating pain because it was literally just all the trauma here. And I was like black and blue because they did do like a little lipo.
Yeah.
So I think that trauma was the most painful. But other than that, by like day 3, I stopped taking like the meds and I was like on Tylenol.
Yeah.
So
4 months out, you're healing so well. And that's probably because you're doing a lot of the healing, the hydration. Any regrets so far?
No, I'm super happy I did it. Like for me, I highly recommend it.
Did you do, kind of me being a derm, did you do any of the derm treatments, like med spa treatments, lasers, any stuff beforehand?
Yes, I did. I was like, before I was going to go that extreme, because they say like there's like lasers and I think there's some that are really good for certain areas. But for this, there was just too much volume that I had gained that I think you'd have to just kind of pull.
Yeah, you do.
But I did like I have a really good friend who she has a spa in London, and she did it. I mean, I did notice improvement, but it was more here. It wasn't down here. But it's like this needle they stick in your face, and it like electrocutes the muscle. It is so painful.
Oh yeah, Endolift, I think, or something like that. Yeah, there's some things over there that we don't have. So that's interesting. I bet your results are also good because you have done some of those non-surgical things.
Right. It probably prepped for the surgery.
For sure. Yeah. But you're right about the fat transfer. Also, it adds volume, but a lot of it goes out. So it's like unpredictable because sometimes people like all that fat stays and then people end up being puffy or all of it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
It just really kind of depends, but you can always do that later again.
Which also too, I feel like maybe I would do like once I do, because I do think I'm going to do one more, I would probably do a little bit of filler just to kind of help with the texture that I have because I have very textured skin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also going to start Accutane, so I'm kind of interested in see what that's going to do because they do say it helps with like pore size and the oiliness because I'm very oily.
Absolutely. So 2 things on that, and I think the people need to know, fat is just fat, it just adds volume. Even if you add fat back here, you're right, it doesn't pull it up. It's not like a bony structure.
Right.
And as we
it doesn't snatch.
It doesn't snatch, volume, doesn't contour, but then this is where I like using filler very precisely and very intentionally because there are certain fillers that are like actually like bone-like, like Radiesse or Voluma, things like that. And these do add a little bit more structural support as if it's bone versus fat, which is a little softer. And that's more for like pockets that we have there. So you're totally right on like the snatch and everything like that.
Yeah, because I did try, I think it's Radiesse. I did like a little bit of jaw and then years ago, I did a little bit in my nose, which is so funny because when the doctors opened me up, they were like, we found like this bone. We weren't sure. I know it was like it was filler.
Yeah, I know.
So they had to like do really extensive scraping out. But they did like a cartilage transplant.
Oh, from where?
From a donor.
Okay.
But I have to be honest, like I dream everything. Literally, I'm very empathic, like very spiritual.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because after the surgery, I dreamt the person that the cartilage belonged to.
Stop.
And it was in such a crazy way because I never did research. I knew they told me they were going to do it, but I was like, I don't know. I just kind of like went over my head. And then maybe like a week out, I have a dream that I'm in this like lab where they're literally radiating cartilage. And there's like this little like kind of like infrared type of machinery that they have.
Yeah.
And there's vials and all this stuff where all the different cartilage. And I saw the names of everybody.
That's crazy.
And mine was Elizabeth. I know. And the doctor that was in front of me, she was like, yeah, she's like, we're radiating the cartilage before we put it in you. And in the dream, I was like I just could not handle.
That's insane.
But you have to understand, you're literally taking on someone else's, whether they're alive or not. It's like that's their body.
It is.
Like heart transplant, all that. It's like you're exchanging energy. So for me to dream that, I was like, wow, like the person's probably like, hey, you're taking me out so you could look extra beautiful now.
You know what's even more crazy? There's this kind of newer procedure where it's like cadaver fat for people who want it in their breasts or in their face. And now everyone's like so thin. They're like, can't get it from anywhere.
Right.
That they're using cadaver fat. Would you use cadaver fat in your face?
I mean, I've already done a cartilage, so I guess it's not that far off. But I feel like I have enough that I wouldn't need.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the doctors
do a little
there's no lack there for me.
Yeah. And then I love that you're doing the Accutane because you're totally right. I prescribe Accutane all the time for acne, but it does, and Alex Earl has talked about this, Kendall Jenner has talked about this, but it does shrink the pores. And especially like post rhinoplasty, I've had patients get sent to me from plastic surgeons because you just get a little bit more oily from like the trauma, the swelling with all the congestion in that area. And so this kind of just helps, especially like we were talking like Hispanic nose types, a little bit more sebaceous. So you just got to like keep that in check. And Accutane is great for that.
I for years, I mean, I've been told about it and I've just been skeptical because they're like, it's really shocking to the body. But I just feel like now I'm like, the way that my hormones, because it also impacts the hormones, right?
Not really. It's just vitamin A. Like if you just think about it, it's literally high dose vitamin A. And if you're on it like a low dose, because you don't have like acne, it'll be, well, I know you're purging a little bit, you said. Yeah.
The first maybe month I had a really bad like purging. And I think it's because they had injected it with steroid. So I think there was just blockage. It wasn't able to like properly drain because I felt like I had like really heavy like sinus problems. Yeah. Which I know it's normal, but for me, just because I'm like now on camera and just doing stuff, I was like, we got to do something about this. Yeah. So yeah, but I just think overall, like I feel like I'm very oily, so I'm excited to see what that's going to do. And then,
I can also, what I do for a lot of my patients, and I can send you one, is I can do like a high dose, just retinol called Tazorac, and that's like a cream that helps. It doesn't help as much, but it will help for people who don't want to go on Accutane. Like I just give them that first.
Oh my God.
Little Tazorac.
Well, maybe, because I know the doctor I just talked to, they were like, let's wait a month. Let's do your blood work. Let's, we're going to start, I think, with tretinoin.
Yeah, tretinoin.
Yeah, first, and then kind of let's see. She's like, if you're worried about it, but I just feel because the next couple of months I have something where I can kind of chill. Like I'm doing another project with Kim, so she just keeps working. I'm like, I love her.
How is it working with Kim?
I love Kim. She's the best. She's really just to me so inspirational. And like I love seeing her ethic and hard work. Like she's just such a hardworking woman, and I think that that's like so commendable. Like it's really something to look and admire. It should be studied one day,
Yeah. I feel like, when people are around, that energy almost gives you the energy and like motivation. They always say like, be in the room with people that people you want to be.
Inspire you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you just start to like take on the good traits. I always I look at other people and I'm like, what are they doing that's amazing? And I've been so blessed that I've been able to work with so many different personalities and celebrities, that you're like, wow, like, you almost get an understanding of what it takes to really make it in this business, And for me, the biggest takeaway I think that keeps you gives you longevity is humility. Like really being humble and kind to people, that goes so far, and it's like
you see that in the celebrities.
The ones that I'm like, wow, this is why they're still in the game. Like, or they're still, it's like it's something, and there's reasonings I think for it. Like you're confident in who you are. You have nothing to prove other than your art and your work. And I think that should always speak first. And then there's people, and I'm not going to say names.
It's okay. All right. I wish you did, but it's okay. I get it. People,
God, the internet's so crazy now that I see, like, you say one thing and they're like, cancel him. And I'm like,
no. I know. Yeah, but obviously people who are not getting projects or kind of falling off, it's kind of like a karma thing too. People want charisma and people want to be with good energy,
Yeah. And it's just, I feel for me, like it's just something, we're in such a crazy time in the world that I think we should all strive to put the best energy out there and we should be lights. And I think for me, that's where, even with the brand, like that's really my focus is I was like, what is going to be my message? What is going to be like what I'm going to, when I leave this earth, Because I've been so like dealt so much grief and like so much loss of life, that now like I feel like have an understanding of you're not going to be here forever. So while you're here, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
And so for me, that's where I'm at now. I'm like, okay, so now I'm doing the line, and it kind of inspired me to like really give like a DNA to the different lines that I'm doing with like Solar Laundry.
Yeah. Tell me about the lines.
Yeah. Solar Laundry is like, it's going to be my new kind of like, I don't want to call it wellness because I really want it to come like, from like a spiritual.
Sure.
And I think wellness has been, it's very like physical now.
Yeah.
And I think I feel like it's my job, if I could say that, that it's almost, I'm here to kind of remind people that we are spiritual, soulful beings, And I think in this era now with AI, we've become so almost desensitized to that because everything's become so, what do you see and what's the illusion of what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
And
I think
even
people talking to each other, you're like, this is not you talking.
It's so scary for me to see now people are like, oh my God, you can fall in love with this AI avatar or like a robot. And that's going to become a reality, whether we want to admit it or not. It's already been happening, but I think it's going to become more normalized. And I think that's why it's like, there has to be certain people in the world that are like, hey, by the way, we're still here. Like we're not, these AI beings. We're humans. We're spiritual beings that are just in a shell temporarily on this earth to come, learn something about our existence, and then we come back around. I don't know. There's so many beliefs out there, but for me, I believe we do come back and we take our life path and we choose what we're going to take on. It's almost like going to like the university of school or life,
Yeah.
So that's what I believe. But my point in saying that is that's why I feel like with the brand, that's at least if I can put a little dent into the world with that, that's what I feel like I'm going to do.
I love that. That's your legacy that you're working on. And I love that so much because you could tell how passionate you are about it. Like literally from your soul.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think after losing my parents, there was just such a huge spiritual awakening in my life that I think my parents kind of maybe like led me to like the well, and then I had to learn how to drink and kind of take from that. Because now, they're gone, like I dream so much. I'm such a dreamer. Like I think it's crazy because those were the last words from my mom that she told me before she passed. She was like, God talks to you so much in dreams, so make sure that you always cultivate that gift and that you honor it because that's how he communicates with you. And I was never able to talk to my mom after that. Like because of COVID, she was basically like, her lungs filled up, so she couldn't really talk. Just to talk, it was like really exhausting for her.
Yeah, gosh.
But I say that to say that that's why I took that so serious. And I was like, that's a, to hear that last from her, like I know God probably set it up that way. So yeah, with like I said, I dream everything. So now it's like how I get messages from them, and like I'm like, hey, should I do with the line for this? And it just comes to me, like literally, it's like it's like a bittersweet.
Yeah.
Think of peptides as small little proteins that act like messengers in skincare. So they basically help signal skin support, collagen production, strengthen the skin barrier, improve hydration, and reduce the appearance of fine lines over time. Medik8 is a clinically proven British skincare brand known for visible age-defying results. Medik8 was actually founded by two scientist brothers 15 years ago on a mission to simplify great skin. My patients often come to me asking what they can do at home to treat fine lines and wrinkles, and I'd love to recommend Medik8 Liquid Peptides Advanced MP Serum. Medik8's Liquid Peptides Advanced MP Face Serum is powered by the GF mini protein, which mimics the function of natural growth factors, but penetrates deep into the skin to visibly improve the appearance of skin structure over time. It's clinically proven to diminish the appearance of expression lines in 10 minutes and deep set wrinkles in 8 weeks. So I first heard about Medik8 with their crystal retinol because a lot of my patients can't tolerate retinols or even like prescription tretinoin, of course. So retinol is actually one of the products that got me really into Medik8. It's actually a more gentle form of retinol. So that's always what I tell patients. But then I saw that they're really coming out with all of these really kind of advanced like longevity type skincare products like peptides. And then they have this new PDRN product. So I've been obsessed with them ever since. Discover Medik8 Liquid Peptides Advanced MP Serum online at medik8.us. That's MEDIK and the number 8.us. Use code DERMAPPROVE for 20% off your order. Finding a good sunscreen if you are acne prone or have oily skin is literally the biggest task. It is almost impossible to find a good sunscreen that doesn't feel like it's clogging your pores or where you're not getting super oily by the end of the day. So the UV Clear Blemish Prone and Oil Balancing SPF 50 by EltaMD has been a saving grace for my patients and myself, who is definitely acne prone. So you guys have heard me say this before, but EltaMD is not only the #1 dermatologist recommended and trusted professional sunscreen brand, but as a dermatologist, we all personally use EltaMD more than any other professional sunscreen. EltaMD sunscreens are formulated with ingredients to not only help protect you from sun damage, but also correct UV damage across all skin types and skin concerns, which I love as a derm. If you struggle with acne prone or oily skin, you need to try the new EltaMD UV Clear Blemish Prone and Oil Balancing SPF 50. This product is powered by EltaMD's Zinc AOX Pro technology and 5% niacinamide, which I love, to help reduce the appearance of blemishes and pore size. That is definitely a benefit. So I tell my patients with acne that sunscreen is even more important for them, especially to decrease the look of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So the red or brown scar that you get after a pimple is actually from the sun. So it's so important to use sun protection. And that's why it's really important to use it every single day, 365. Visit www.eltamd.com to shop and learn more.
And then you got super healthy. Like you said, you lost a lot of weight and people are losing a lot of weight
I
now.
know, with Ozempic, it's such a thing.
Exactly. Like all the GLP-1s. How does that impact how you do their makeup? Like, is it, you have to, is it harder? Is it easier because it chisels out? You don't have to like contour it as much?
I will say for some, I mean, I don't want to say the names, but I do have some that they didn't really have much of like volume loss. If anything, their skin's really nice, so they were able to just sort of like bounce back.
Yeah.
But other clients that have done it, I just feel like they probably, because they're, into beauty, they're doing things to kind of help maintain and like, tighten and all that.
Yeah.
So most of my clients are really good. They, they're healthy and, they take collagen and I love it because I'm like, oh, what are you taking there? Like it inspires me to kind of, be, trying out the newest things. I'm like,
so
what are
tell me what are the things? Do they love lasers? Do they love
most of my clients, like they always tell me like what the really good lasers are. Kim's amazing about that. Like she's always like on top of like, the most, up to date, beauty treatments and all that. Sometimes she'll text me like surgeries. I'm like, because I want to do this. She's like, look at this. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to book my appointment.
You guys are so bad together. So bad.
I know, but I love, as a makeup artist, I can't help but love stuff like that.
I know. It's art and it really is. It's a great thing for the people that want it because it really motivates them to lose, and it is anti-inflammatory, but it does lose, the facial fat. But again, there's treatments that we can do to change that.
But I'm just curious because I feel like I don't think it's the actual medication, right? Because people think they blame it on the medication.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, and it could be wrong, but if you're probably eating the right fat, you won't get that type of.
Yeah.
Because I think like it also correlates to. I always see these things on Instagram, and I'm like, I don't think it's this. But they see like bone loss and like hair loss. I think it's just the lack of the right nutrients you should be taking, because you obviously are not eating as much.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the actual medication. Or am I wrong?
You're right in the fact that, yes, you need to have like a high protein diet because you will lose your hair if you're not eating the right things.
Right.
But the medication actually has a target for facial fat pads. And we have all these fat pads here. And that's what you were like, I just want them to like feel this. That's like a facial fat pad there.
Oh, so they were right.
It is.
Okay.
It is technically targeting. But again, everyone's so different, right? Some people, like what are your thoughts on like Sharon Osbourne, and her daughter, like people just lose it differently versus like, so what are your thoughts on, I don't know, what are your...
To be honest, I think, and my heart goes out to them because I think it's probably a combination. It's probably not just the medication. I think overall, because this is the thing when you go through stuff like that, there's people that will overeat or they just won't eat at all. And I was the overeater. Like I was like secretly hiding and doing all my stuff. I went through a very, very hard time. So my heart goes out to them for sure.
Yeah.
But I think for them, it's probably just a combination of maybe just they're going through something so hard that they're probably just not eating at all. So maybe the medication with that is probably triggering it. And it's hard. Like people don't understand. Grief is such a hard, you do come out on the other side. And then the beauty that always, for me, and I always tell people, it's like you gain an angel for me, I gained like 5 angels, you know, that look over you and they're there for you in a way that they could not normally be in their physical body. And it is hard because we're so like used to being physical and having that touch and all that. But you just have to like, after you go through, you know, the motions, you have to learn how to reconnect with them in a way that normally you weren't used to before.
Yeah.
And that was with my mom. Like now it's like I dream her, she'll come to me in dreams. And there's times where I literally will feel her touch. It's the craziest thing.
I love that. Yeah.
So it's, my point in saying that is that, you know, my heart goes out to them. But yeah, it's probably, I think it's a combination of, you know. Both.
I agree. In their situation, it's so different. But then you have like actresses like Alexa Demi. She's from the Euphoria.
Oh, yes.
She was like super bold makeup. And then she came on, she was like chiseled. Everyone was like, oh, you look so good. I'm like, well, she also lost weight, but she also had like a really bare, like skin, like makeup. I don't know who did her makeup, but it was like so bare, like bare face, like Pamela Anderson. So many people are coming on and just having like more of like a natural bare. No, well, because I don't know if it's like a trend. What do you think of like people going like less glam?
I mean, for me, there is obviously like a beauty in being a little bit more like toned down. And I think there's a time and a place. Sometimes it is like a statement. People are like, I've been so glam, I just want to take a break. And that makes sense. But as a makeup artist, I'm like, I love the art behind the makeup. I don't think we have to go like 2016 crazy, but yeah, like there is a way of like, you know, amplifying, because it is a confident booster. Like I personally would not have come here without putting a little base on and some powder. Like I'm like, I don't know. But, you know, more power to people that feel that confident. You know, it's like, you know, everyone has their own things. I feel, and I don't know if she's come out and said that she's that on it, but I feel like the best like Ozempic that I've seen is Christina Aguilera. I'm like, oh yeah, she is killing it. She looks like that is like goals right there. Like she looks incredible. But I also think it's her bone structure probably, and
that's like how she looked, you know. And of course she had children, and you know all of that. But I agree, she almost looked like her like 2000s,
literally
early
she just
2000s
like warped
look.
back in time. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And I worked with her a couple years ago on some projects, and yeah, she looks
amazing.
Great.
Amazing. What
you know what her secret is, Christina Aguilera? She like does not go in the sun at all.
Yeah. Oh my God, I have so many girls that don't.
Yeah.
Like
that
Mariah
secret,
won't see the sun either. I love Mariah is like so well preserved. That woman. I don't know if
she's in an ice chest.
Yeah, I don't know if I can give out her beauty secrets.
Please tell us something.
Well, one of them is definitely ice. She has this ice trick that she loves.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So I think it's correlated.
Depuff?
Right. So I think it's probably like a little, and I love Cryo. Like recently I've been obsessed with the Therabody.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm putting all my skincare in the fridge, like all my like misting sprays, like I put them in the fridge because I love Cryo. I think it's just, especially with surgery and trying to like depuff, it's so, you know, beautiful. I was doing Remedy for a while to like help speed up like the healing. So I was doing Cryo, I was doing the hyperbaric chamber. Yeah. I'm obsessed with that. I'll just sit there on my phone and like scroll.
Are you not claustrophobic with those oxygen? Okay.
No, I feel like the one I don't know about all of them, but I've done 2. One of them I did was like a little helicopter pod.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
You were supposed to do it with Frank. I did it in London.
But I will say, people are doing like a lot of the bare face, but it's not like they're going out bare face. Like there is a lot of work behind it. Yeah. Like if one of your, I mean, you're known for like the iconic, like Beyond, like the glam.
I like the on her. I like the no makeup or like the very like subtle contour. She can really carry like really soft contours and stuff like that. Yeah. But I mean like. I think aesthetically, it's like whatever you gravitate towards for make, you know, glam. I always tell people like whatever, you know, speaks to you. I would love to go out with the beat, but these days I'm like, I'm just trying to also be maybe the more natural.
Because everyone is, I mean, what's the skin prep? Like you need good skin prep for a bare face, right? Yeah. Like what are some of your go-to non-negotiables? For skin prep, definitely doing Cryo. Like he's really been into like the ice, you know, like doing that, and like kind of, you know, doing the cooling or whatever before. Yeah, like right before you guys do makeup for an event. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love that. Especially when we were on tour, I love doing it because it helps, you know, you're doing so many shows that your body's a little just under stress and a little tired, so it's good to wake the body back up. That. I'm not a big on primers, to be honest. Okay, I'm not. Only because I feel like they kind of create an extra layer of, and I'm really been into like thin layers or like makeup. Even with my makeup line, like I'm making everything kind of in certain textures so that they really build up like as natural as possible. And that's something that I figured out for myself too, that like the thinner I do my makeup, the more like
the less you emphasize texture. And I think for a long time in the cosmetics industry, it was just like you want to cover. So you think you have to put like this huge blanket on. It's like sometimes just doing like a nice little like thin veil will be enough to kind of give the illusion of your skin. So,
I love
but
that.
yeah, I don't, my point of saying that is that I'm into like just really nice. I love oil. I will say that.
Ooh,
Oil
okay.
is one of my favorite.
To moisturize before?
Yeah, and I love different size molecule oils.
Oh, okay.
Because I know like I prefer like a more dense oil on the cheekbone area and then like a thinner oil in certain areas because then it will definitely sink in the skin.
Okay.
So even with everything with my line that I'm formulating too, it's like we're picking certain oils that will definitely kind of trick where you want the skin to look super plump and hydrated and then like more glowy.
Yeah.
But oils are like people. I don't think we should be scared of them.
Tell me, like your acne prone patients, are they like, no? Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I don't really have any acne like other than myself. I don't know anyone that struggles
because you have
with
people
acne.
with like perfect skin.
Literally, I'm like, oh my
skin.
God, it's a goddess. But so I get to like live my like best skin fantasy through them. But no, I feel like even for me, I just know that like the thinner the oils, the better. So I've been to like
You're so right, actually. There are certain oils like coconut oil, beef tallow. Those can sometimes, those can like break you out.
beef tallow though.
It is anti-inflammatory. You're right. It is good. I'm actually like as a derm a little bit more pro beef tallow if it's like sourced right and clean and all that.
Yeah.
Coconut oil can break you out, but like jojoba oil, like some of those other ones.
I'm one of the biggest fans of. I put it in my line, like it's in my lip oil and my lipsticks. Because I remember we were formulating, everything was just very dry, and I'm like, we need oil. So I was doing my research because there was obviously like shea butters and just these oils that have been used in the cosmetics industry for so long.
Yeah.
But I think jojoba is probably one of the most like cosmetic friendly, but also on your skin. So like
good.
I've never had anybody say, oh, like it breaks out my lip. Because sometimes with certain oils or in cosmetics, you can get like breakouts around the mouth area because of
Yeah.
But I feel like jojoba for me, and let me just be careful with what I say, but
no,
it's been probably one of the best ones that I've found that we've used in my line that works.
No, I agree with that actually. Jojoba is like a pretty good neutral oil that I feel like you're right. People with like acne, oil prone skin, like oil doesn't really necessarily cause you to break out.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Right. And also to where you put it, how much of it you put it. Like before even I did my line, like I would put little drops of avocado or certain ones in like the makeup just to kind of like help break it down.
Oh, I love that.
There used to be this Dr. Hauschka oil that I used to use.
Ooh, what kind?
The brand was called they were like a dermatologist or something, but it's Dr. Hauschka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to get it at like Nigel's and Amy's, but I feel like that line was like a dermatologist kind of created line because they had other products. But their standout one, I remember Scott Barnes used to use it a lot too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's like an orangey kind of color and
it
has a certain kind of smell, like a distinct kind of like.
Okay, I have to check it out.
Yeah, but I mean, it was one of my more favorite ones because it definitely worked really well with pigments and stuff. But
I like that you mentioned that too because around the eyes, I feel like you need to like some type of moisturization around the eyes. Love that.
Yeah, literally
you heard
oil.
It first.
I love the more oilier the concealer for me, the better.
Interesting.
Yeah, because then it, like you can literally powder.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's like you don't add any texture. There's no dryness. The creasing for me, like I found the more oily the concealer, the less it creases. When there's a lot of concealers that have like waxes and silicones, that to me is what actually creases quicker because the waxes there's like the way they kind of like bind or I think the way they settle in with powder, it's just a little bit more like platey-ish.
Okay.
And then I feel like with oils and powders, they kind of just melt into each other. So you set it, but there's not a huge like texture building type. I'm trying to create like maybe like instead of like if you're making like a cake.
Yeah.
You know, if you make a cake, it's like you want it to feel like a batter, not like an actual solid kind of like cake type of texture.
That makes sense. That makes sense. A little bit more integrated, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So I always tell people like I love oil. Setting sprays for sure. I love a setting spray. I've been really into this like Dalba like it's like an oil. I never used to use it before. Like they just maybe like have come on the scene maybe like the last year and a half. But before that I was using like a water based.
Okay.
And they came out, I feel like they're one of the first ones that came out with like a water and oil mixture. And you spray that. If I usually don't go all over the face, like I'll control it. So I'll use it on a puff and then just dabble like in certain areas that you kind of over powdered. And it just gives this glowy, like, so I have to do that now because there's such a matte trend.
Yes.
And I still love it, but there's also a way of like adding hydration and kind of like that dewy skin kind of finish so that it keeps the integrity of the look, but you're not like super oily and then super matte, you know?
Yeah.
But that's the only one that I feel like I love that really gives me that.
Yeah, I'm a matte girl through and through. Like I love a matte look. But yeah, all the Gen Z, all the youngies look with dewy look. Like they look so
Really?
oily. Yeah.
Maybe I'm on the wrong internet because I've just been seeing all this matte
Everyone,
trend.
wait, is maybe now it's matte. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like
Recently. You probably know better than I would.
No, I maybe because of the clients. Like I am also, guys, I'm sorry, I'm also in my own little bubble sometimes. Work wise or what I see when I'm scrolling.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I just feel like the Gen Zs, I always see them like doing like this high blush or like matte under eye and like matte makeup, which I love. I think a photograph is perfect for social media, but my clients in person, because they're seeing people and they're on camera, and so you have to have a little bit of like a reality of looking. If they don't want to look super made up, like Demi Moore, she prefers to be like more skin, like very breathable. So I can't do like a super matte look on her, you know?
Yeah, no, hers looks so moisturized and dewy.
Yeah, she has gorgeous skin, so she's definitely like more of like that breathable, dewy kind of finish.
Yeah.
I love using oils on her. Like those are like my go-to.
Good to know.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The more mature the skin, the more oil. Like the higher I go on oil, because they can like it balances out. And you would think that they would get oilier throughout the day, but they actually don't. Like it actually looks pretty luminous and glowy. So I'll gravitate towards more like high shine, high glossy, or oily foundations. So like I know people are gonna hate me for this, but it's like the Clé de Peau. It's a little pricey, but the oily one, the more creamy, dewy one, it's like perfect.
Yeah. House Labs that one's kind of oily too, right? It just doesn't have that much coverage, right?
Right. Yeah. That's I think because I actually worked on it with the House Labs team, and Gaga I worked on part of the like the color story for like the deeper complexion category.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think her like the innovation behind it was that they did arnica oil. So that was supposed to be like a fermented arnica oil that was kind of adding that type of like luminosity through it. But yeah, that's a really good one too. I prefer maybe like a little, like it's a little bit more thinner consistency for me.
Yeah,
and there's
even
some that
thinner.
I found. Yeah, I love thin and oily. People would be like, what?
I love that though.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of like, what if they get oily in their T-zone? They don't really, right? Or
no,
like
they do.
They'll just do a little bit.
Powder. Yeah, you powder. Or what I'll do is I'll use like a more denser, like drier concealer, because I'll still prime with that foundation, but then this almost as like a little barrier, so that when the oil does come through, like it keeps it like somewhat matte. But then I leave all this area oily. So when they're on camera, like you see everything, there's luminous, but then this tricks the eye that it's more like matte, but it's just really like the choice of foundations or concealers that you kind of use to like specifically target certain areas so it looks. People think it's one foundation. I'm like, no, it's like 6.
Stop. Oh wow.
For the daily person, now obviously I would not recommend, unless you're a glam girl and you're like, I'll totally do it. But for clients, like you're pulling tricks where you're like, sometimes on the body you use a super dense transfer resistant makeup, but the colors, because you trick the eye, it all looks like it's one skin tone, but you use different formulas depending on what you need so that it looks realistic. So it's definitely like a little bit more tedious.
Oh, it's so much harder than it looks. Like Demi looks like, oh, she's just so glowy on her the red carpet.
I will say on Demi, I don't need as much. She's definitely more of like the pare down.
Yeah,
but then there's clients that I have that all for stage or carpets, and they're doing a whole press day, and you have to make sure that everything's photographing literally like flawless. So you go the extra mile to make sure that you're able to like, if you're
the details.
Yeah, if you're only going to like a wedding, maybe it'll be for a few hours. You don't need to be super like primed and set and sprayed. But yeah, there's just trickery. I mean, everybody has their own aesthetic to makeup, so I don't want to say there's a one size fits all, but that's been mine for my clients.
Yeah, I mean, you have like the best clients. So can people like over prep? Everyone's doing like so much skincare, so much oil, so much serums. Like, will you come in and people? Well, first of all, they probably come in barefaced, or do they have some skincare where it's like you're like, oh no, this is.
No, to be honest with you, no, because I think that most of my clients have gone through some of the like best derms and plastics and all that, so they'll know like what works for their skin type. But one person that I'm always so blown away, like her regimen is Paris Hilton. I just saw her yesterday. Like she has the most incredible routine and an amazing skincare line too. Her skin is amazing, and she's like, she's never done any. I don't know of her doing any kind of work or anything.
She doesn't really.
She tells me
she has that crazy. Paris Hilton has that like crazy like a wellness room or something with like red lights. Everything's like pink. So her facial spa room and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm a huge fan of like red light. So I've been using that, especially for like scars. I think that's really what helps so that things don't like overly pigment and all that, or is that the right word? Or like hyperpigmentation. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so she has like great skin. And does she use like a lot of skincare?
she does. Like her
Yeah.
skincare regimen is very. She just told me a trick to it, and I was
Yeah.
like, wow, I'm
Tell
taking
us
this
the
with
trick.
me.
Please tell us the trick.
Witch hazel. I was like, wow, like it's such a like
Yeah.
I know it's been around, but the way she uses it kind of control shine is amazing.
Yes, it's an astringent.
Yeah. But I didn't realize it actually can also help to like kind of maybe tell the pores or like the sebaceous gland to kind of chill for a bit.
Yeah, without like drying it out. Because for me, I'm like, oh my God, witch hazel. Like that's so, we used to put that on our acne, remember? Like back in the day.
I'm telling you, I never really, I've seen it, but I've never really used it or like was into it like that. I would
Love
go straight up
that.
alcohol.
Yeah, I know.
Especially when I was a teen,
Like,
because I was so angry with my skin
Yeah.
that I thought you had to like really like
The
whip it.
Noxema, the St.
pads.
Ives. Yeah.
I would sleep in masks. I mean, to this day, I still sleep in masks.
Yeah.
Like I love Amazonian clay masks, and I'll mix apple cider vinegar into
Those
it.
are really good though. Yeah.
But I feel like I need it because my skin is so oily. That's why I'm like, it's time for Accutane.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Like I'm just
But that's good to know.
join the
Witch
team.
hazel. That's her little secret because her skin
Yeah.
does look really, really, really good.
Yeah, she has amazing skin.
Love, love, love. What are some of the biggest skin mistakes you see in some of your clients? Like maybe not the high profile ones, because again, they probably know what they're doing. But when you first started or anytime in your career when they thought they were doing something right, but
Maybe I wouldn't say
because
mistakes.
we want to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say mistakes, but I will say even to this day it happens, but it's very normal because, you're doing your skincare routine, is doing like a silicone kind of based serum or something before Glam. Because sometimes what happens is they won't tell me and we're rushing, we'll go straight into Glam. And then during makeup, you're like, what is going on? And it's just a pill and you see like all these like kind of like beading. And it's coming from the, the skincare that they're using, which is great because you need certain kind of ingredients to kind of do your skincare routine. But what I would probably do is now that I'm aware of it is I'll do like a wipe and kind of reset the skin. So I'll ask them like, how long has it been on? Is it enough for me to like wipe it? And so even if I know they have something they just put on, like I'll do eyes and brows. And by the time that I get to the skin, it's kind of already settled in and it's time
absorbed.
Totally. So then I can kind of like reset it. But before they wouldn't tell me, and I'm like, I would not know at all. And I'm like, it's your skin, it's dry, it's peeling. So like I would finish to make it up. I'm like, you would notice there's areas and I'm like, what the hell happened? But now I know, I'm like, okay, it was a skincare prep. It wasn't there. They were just dry or like.
Yeah. Clean canvas. Well, that's crazy because I love silicone. So good to know. But my skin does peel sometimes.
Yeah. So it's okay to, like I said, to use it. I would just maybe like take it off right before. Like if you feel like it's already settled in, just do like a clean, like I love a micellar water, so I'll do like that and just kind of refresh. And then I'll come in with my oil and then we'll start makeup.
Yes. I love micellar water. It's like kind of like oil based too.
Yeah. I love that one. And then I've been so obsessed recently with this makeup remover from Estee Lauder.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name, but it's like in a blue bottle.
Okay.
But it just leaves the most perfect like finish on the skin and it takes everything off.
Will you do that and you'll do that after or you'll do that before
No,
to
right
kind of
before
prep
Glam.
the skin?
Yeah, right before Glam.
So it's a makeup remover before Glam.
Yeah, I think it's meant to like maybe at the end of the day you kind of use it to take everything off.
Yeah.
But it leaves just the perfect amount of hydration and then it doesn't like impact. So sometimes if I'll do like a micellar water or like oil.
Yeah.
Because that's what I used to do. I would dip the sponge in the oil to clean up. But then it will start to like crawl up throughout the day or like whatever. And you're like, damn. So like I said, this one is like one that I've noticed other than the micellar water. Because sometimes the micellar waters will do that too a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it might have reached up a little higher than we wanted it to.
Yeah.
But this is like the perfect formula to kind of clean up and kind of snatch everything. And it's like, it doesn't impact the makeup later on.
Okay, I love that. So summertime, beauty line, when do we expect? Well, obviously you still have your lip and your lashes, which Lady Gaga, like Mariah Carey, like all those celebrities wear them like constantly.
Yeah.
And you're extending that.
Yeah.
Love
yeah,
that.
we haven't, I know a lot of people are like questioning what's going on with the brand, but just, it's been really incredible that in the last like year and a half, almost two, I had so many deals that came on the table for distribution, for retail, so every major retailer like was like, what's going on? Like we want, to get you in. So I had to like really weigh out. And that takes time because you have to like negotiate and kind of, figure out what's going to be the best fit for me to be able to carry out the brand and in different territories. So like we're literally about to go global, like the Middle East, all over Europe. Now we're going South America.
That's
so
amazing.
Yeah. And so it's very exciting, but it's been a lot of background work to do that. So I didn't really launch much because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's like now I have to allocate funds and capital to certain things so that we still were able to come up with what was our best sellers. But I still have to say that now. I'll make an announcement soon where I'm going. And it's super exciting because it's something that I really dreamt of.
Yeah.
Especially when my mom was around. And I feel like they really ushered me to
100%.
to cultivate that and the opportunities.
Yes.
So I'm really excited just to have the platform so that people can have a place to like shop what I really feel is going to make their lives easier and just bring out the best out of them, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We can't wait.
My
It's
dream.
the energy you put in is the energy that comes out. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Oh my God,
being
thank you for
on
having
here.
me. It was so much fun. It was like you got me out of my shell.
Yay. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. You honestly, I learned so much about makeup, about you, about everything.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for
I need to
people
come see what
hear.
these do. I'm like,
Yes,
please
please
help
do.
me.
Yes,
I need a little.
I'll look.
I need a little
I'm feeling-
Botox and a little filler.
Yes, I got you. I got you. All right.
Oh my God, love. Thank you.
Of course.